Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez here. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a custom camera and lens and lighting situation profile. We will be using the X-Rite ColorChecker Passport to perform this operation. Let's go ahead and go to Photoshop. We're going to open the raw file that I shot of the ColorChecker Passport card. This is the first step in the process. You must do this every time you shoot in a different lighting condition. So basically all you need to do is to take a nice close-up. Do not cast shadows on it. Do not hold it at a different angle than where you will be shooting from, and you should get the proper type of shot that you need to do the first step in this calibration process. We'll use the eyedropper to neutralize the image by clicking on one of these squares here, the neutral squares. We'll go ahead and save the image rather than opening it. That way it will save it as a DNG, which is what we need. So now it is saved. We hit done, and we'll go ahead and minimize this for now. Now, what we need to do now is open up our ColorChecker software, and we need to locate that saved DNG file. And it should be located right here. And there it is. So we'll drag it over to the software, and the software will do a quick analysis of the image. It will create some selections around each one of the color patches. It doesn't get any easier than this. Create profile. Go ahead and have it overwrite the one that I already have, and that is it. At this point, it has not only created a profile for my Photoshop, but also for my Lightroom. Because when you install the software, it actually installs plugins on either application. So now let's go over to Photoshop, and we'll just go ahead and open one of these images. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just show you quickly what happens. Open up, for example, my car. And the rendition of this particular blue is really difficult for my particular camera sensor to reproduce correctly. As you can see, the exposure is good. I have a complete, nice, full histogram. But let's go ahead and click on this camera icon here. This opens up the camera calibration. Let's go ahead and click on my profile. As you can see, it differs slightly, but this is incorrect. This is incorrect. This is the correct rendition. Watch what happens. It's a very subtle change. And apparently my sensor does not have a big problem reproducing this particular color blue. Now, if we were using another photo, yeah, you will see differences, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that in Lightroom with some of the shots that we took recently down in Disney World. At this point, you would just open up the image and continue to edit it. This has been applied with that correct profile, so now my color blue for my car is correctly rendered. So is my grass, and so is every other color in the neighborhood. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and close that. We'll open up Lightroom, and I have some shots here of the recent trip. Many indoor, many outdoor shots. I want to show you particularly what happens with colors that are just impossible for a sensor to reproduce. Let's try this one, for example. It was a rainy day, not sunlight. I used flash, and I happen to have a flash profile here. See what happened to that gentleman's shirt? Check it out. Standard and the flash profile. This is for my built-in flash on my camera. Now I have my clipping warnings on, so we'll go ahead and turn them off so it does not confuse you. Again, flash profile. Sunlight and flash. It changes slightly. There's also some daylight filtering into this train card. Let's go ahead and go back to standard. We'll go ahead and do this particular shot, one of the rides, and see what happens when we apply the correction. Wow, that's quite apparent. Now the browns are really strong and prominent. That did not occur before we applied that profile. Here's the train. This one's ridiculous. Look at the colors. Let's go ahead and apply our profile. Wow. See what it does to those reds? Without and with. Now, as long as you leave that filter or profile turned on, it will be applied on every image you look at. Here it is my daughter and Nathan driving one of those little cars. This is without, and this is with. Look at that. Without and with. Let's go ahead and go back to say this one here. This is shot with flash. So I will apply my flash profile. Wow. Check it out. Did you notice nothing happened to their faces, skin tones? It all happened to those colors that the sensor simply could not reproduce. Those oranges were this bright. Believe me, I was there. Let's go ahead and do one of the outdoor shots. Here's a quartet of performers without and with. Look at the color changes in these purples, blues, oranges, greens. Without and with. Amazing. So that is it. It's as simple as that. Now, if I want to apply this to every other file, I simply select them, sync, synchronize, done. Now all of those files will have that profile applied to them. And as long as they were shot under similar lighting conditions, you are good to go. Boom, 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 boom. As you can see, they have that profile applied. Same thing here. Let me show you the difference without. Look at the blue here. Watch this. And with. Remember, people are having lots of trouble with those purples, those blues, not rendering properly. Well, this is a way to solve that problem immediately. This is with flash. And again, it fixes everything the way the eye saw it when you were there in person. Boom. Much brighter, much more correctness to the rendition. Standard and profile. You will see often that sometimes the difference is not that great. It all depends on your sensor. It all depends on your camera. Let's go to a sunny day. We had initially a very cloudy day. So we'll go ahead and possibly go right, say right here. Here's some performers. Hollywood Studios. Boom. Without. Look how dull this looks. And watch what happens when I apply the filter. Bam. Those colors are brought back to life. And now your printer at least has a rendition that is as correct as possible with corrected colors the way they were actually in the scene. Even though your sensor was not able to reproduce them accurately, their profile takes that into account and creates a correction that then, not globally, but actually selectively fixes all of those colors. That is it. That's all you need to have in order to bring that camera to the correct rendition. Boom. Look at that difference in that blue. Without, dull. With, strong, the way you saw it. Notice this does not change. Only the colors that are not rendered properly by the sensor. We'll do one more and then we will finish. Flash. Boom. Look at this guy's shirt. Without and with the flash profile. Amazing. Look at the blue band. That's the color it really is. All right, that is it. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the process that a lot of professionals will use when out on a shoot, whether it is in a studio using any kind of strobe light, incandescent lighting, daylight, overcast day. It does not matter the time of day as well. As long as you take a shot of your ColorChecker Passport prior to performing your shoot, you will be able to use that file to create a profile for that particular camera and lens. Thank you once again. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. If you have any questions concerning any of these processes, if you have any need for me to do any specific type of video concerning this type of process, let me know as well, and I will try to accommodate you as well as I can. Let me leave you with this one last shot. Boom. Not much difference there, but still it brought it back to the correct rendition. All right, thank you once again. Happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.